Let's talk about what's going on in the world of government-supported schemes for the minorities. India, from being the world's largest democracy, with over 1 billion citizens, and being culturally rich amongst all nuclear powers, combined together, to being adversely poor, in terms of socio-economic front, for its minorities. For the last 6 years, the indifferences amongst minorities have been on an all-time high. Nationalistic sentiments are being questioned openly with respect to religious beliefs, leading to biasness amongst once equal minorities have been led to believe that they need to fend for themselves, as the government is bent to take away the liberty they were born into. This is Macy, and this video will cover just one part of various schemes under the welfare of minority, hoping to educate saturated minds, hoping to open their eyes to possibilities. Month of June 2006. The scheme of interest subsidy on educational loans for overseas studies was formulated under the Prime Minister's new 15-point program for the welfare of minorities. The objective was to award interest subsidy to meritorious students belonging to economically weaker sections of notified minority communities, so as to provide better opportunities for higher education abroad and enhance their employability. This is a central sector scheme on the subsidy on interest payable for the education loans for overseas studies to pursue master's and MPhil and PhD levels. Primary conditions laid down by the government. The scheme is applicable for higher studies abroad. The scheme shall be linked with the existing educational loan scheme of Indian Banks Association. The students under this scheme shall not be given the interest subsidy if he gives up Indian citizenship during the tenure of the period. The designated bank will maintain a separate account and records relating to the funds received. The designated bank will submit quarterly report to the ministry and will place all relevant details of financial and physical achievements on its website. As per the eligibility criteria laid down by the Ministry of Minority Affairs, the student should have secured admission in the approved courses at master's, MPhil or PhD levels abroad. Students need to apply for the benefits under the scheme during first year itself of the course. Total income from all sources of the beneficiary or their parents should not exceed Rs 6 lakh yearly. The designated bank, on direction of Ministry of Minority Affairs, will open the portal for receiving of applications for the claims of interest subsidy under the scheme. Portal will be opened only once in a financial year for fresh applications. In case sufficient number of applications are not received, the portal may be opened again subject to the availability of sufficient funds under the scheme. For renewal cases, the portal may be opened in every quarter, or as decided by the ministry. Under the watchful eye of the selection committee, the applications received for claim of interest subsidy will be examined and recommended for award of interest subsidy under the scheme. The selection committee closely monitors the seats commissioned for girl candidates. In total, 35% of the total seats are earmarked for girl candidates. The decision of the selection committee, in regard to awarding the interest subsidy, will be final, and no appeal could be filed against it. Under the scheme, interest payable by the students, for the period of moratorium as prescribed under the Education Loan Scheme, shall be borne by the Government of India. And, after the period of moratorium is over, the interest on the outstanding loan amount shall be paid by the student. The candidate will bear the principal installments and interests beyond moratorium period. The Ministry of Minority Affairs shall monitor the performance of the scheme. For this purpose, a web-enabled monitoring mechanism shall be put in place by designated bank. The designated nodal bank will be required to furnish quarterly financial and physical progress reports to the ministry. The designated nodal bank shall maintain year-wise details of the students receiving benefits, indicating institute, location of the institute, class, gender, new or renewal, permanent address and parents' address, contact numbers and emails addresses. Designated nodal bank shall also need to place relevant physical and financial details on their official website.